So this is my check-in for week 1. I lost my job recently, so this is why I have the time to redo the whole artist way and kind of go back to my original plan of acting. The first question is, how many days was I able to do the morning pages, and how was the experience for me? So the first week I did all 7 days, which I was really proud of, especially since I had some obstacles that week I had to deal with. I've been trying to do the artist way since last April, and I only did, I think, until week 4. I'm used to doing the morning pages. It's just the past year I haven't been able to be disciplined enough to do them every day, but I do them very often. The experience is good. It wasn't too difficult to get back into it, although the most difficult is getting up early enough to have the time. I do feel like the first page is always the hardest one to get started. It always seems like the most mundane kind of things come out on page 1, or like the most negative. And by page 3, usually it flows very well where I can keep going, but I stop at page 3. The first day I got back to the artist way, I actually wrote 4 or 5 pages, I think, because I was very frustrated. So I just kind of let it kind of go all in, and it did help. It did help release some of the tension I had. Good experience overall, always is. The second question is, did you do an artist date this week? And if yes, what did you do? How did it feel? Well, it felt great. So I did go to a library. I got 2 books in English because I live in Seoul, so South Korea doesn't have a huge selection of English books everywhere. And then I read outside the library where there was a lake and it was sunny, and since I lost my job, I have a lot more free time. So I was able to have a lot more time for myself and enjoy myself a lot more. Go for walks, watch the movies I wanted, go get a haircut. So I did do a lot of artist dates actually that week. Discover a really good author, and I'm so glad because the writing is exactly what I like, what I crave. Second place by Rachel Cusk, I believe, Rachel Cusk, and super good. And I think it's gonna become one of my favorite authors. Actually, I can't wait to check out some of her other books. And in general, even when I'm working, I tend to always kind of prioritize my own time. I enjoy my alone time a lot. I need activities that fuel me mentally, so I've always been really good at taking the time to find things that would make me happy. Even in Paris, I would go see a play or go to the Butte Chaumont and just lay down, relax, read. So it's always been part of my weekly routine. Were there any issues this week that you considered significant for your recovery? Describe them. I pulled a hamstring, and it was very weird, painful, and I kind of freaked out because I don't have insurance in South Korea, and I expected it to be very expensive. I've had a lot of, I guess, trauma from the US and even in France with medical consultations, procedures, and all that sort of thing. Also, the fact of not being able to do any more exercise or having damaged a muscle, and I already deal with a few muscle issues. I kind of started swirling into a negative space. Even before going to the medical center, I still woke up and in my morning pages, which I was very proud of myself for doing, and I continued throughout the week. I actually stayed relatively positive and my head was very sane. I also started my period the exact same day I went to the medical center, so I was having these like hormonal, emotional, sensitive phases at the same time, and realizations about my body and the limitations I had. I think all in all, I was able to be more rational and kind of focus more on things that I could do. Like, I can still help with auditions, self-tapes. I can still do that. I can still walk. I'm still healthy. It was just a perfect combination of things that helped me kind of ease through the week. I'm still doing everything I need to be doing. So let's see in a few days for check in week 2 of the Artist Way.